Hi, I'm Mike Bellevue, and today I'm out here at the range with Pedersoli's flintlock Kentucky pistol, which I built from a kit from Dixie Gun Works. And I built this about a year ago, those of you who remember the build series. But I haven't done a video on it because I have not liked the sights and the way it was shooting. And I've been through a couple of iterations. I didn't like the sights they sent with it. I put on other sights, front sight did not work. I've made a new front sight for it. And now I'm kind of liking it, so it's time to see what it'll do at the range. So if you saw the build series, you're already familiar with this, but in case you haven't, I'll just tell you. The sights that Pedersoli sent with this pistol kit stood way too high off the barrel. And they just didn't look right on the gun, but also they were going to snag if I tried to carry it in a belt or a sash. They were just too high. So on the rear sight, I replaced the Pedersoli sight with a rifle sight from an Allentown rifle that I had in the parts drawer. And I always thought this sight was too low for a rifle sight, but I've used this type of sight on my fowling piece, and I thought it'd be really good on the pistol because it had a really low profile. For the front sight, I also did not use the sight Pedersoli provided. You can see how high it is. Instead, I went digging in the parts drawer again, and I came up with a silver-bladed rifle sight that was lower that I put on. But the problem I ran into when I sighted the gun in is that I had to file the front sight down so far to get it on target that I was actually intruding into the sight base. And eventually I had to file the sight base down to get a decent sight picture, and that was just no good. So I decided to make a new front sight, and I used a brass barrel pinning tenon to make the new sight. And once I had that down, I got it back out to the range, and you know, we got on target pretty well with it. Okay, I'm going to try demonstrating the pistol loading technique. This is a little bit more difficult because the pistol is actually harder to hold on to, but we'll just get started. I use 35 grains of 3FG black powder. So I've got a little pistol measure here. Take a 30 grain charge and drop it right down the barrel. Now, just like with a rifle, I'm taking a grease patch. I'm going to put that right over the muzzle. Got a ball and a short starter. Now, I tend to hold this under my arm because it's hard to get leverage on these things. So I'm going to start that. Get in there, baby. There we go. And now I use a short starter, and I'm going to take a range rod and I'm going to send it the rest of the way down. So now it's loaded. All it needs to do is be primed, and I'll do that at the firing line. Well, Evil Roy and his Hessian buddies have been terrorizing the population. So it's time to break out the Pedersoli Kentucky pistol and make them pay. We'll finish off with the bad guy's view of the Pedersoli Kentucky pistol.